Welcome back to another lesson on the GCSE Chemistry Paper 2 topic, Chemistry of the Atmosphere, and in this lesson we're going to look at how oxygen levels increase. Before we start, some top tips for getting the most out of this lesson. Do not have any web pages or windows open that will distract you. Answer all of the questions. They will help to make sure you understand the new content. Switch off your phone, or at least have it in a different room. It's the biggest distraction you've got. And finally, try to complete the lesson in one session. It will really help you to understand what has been covered. The plan for this lesson, as always, we'll start with some retrieval practice. We know we need to go over previous topics to make sure we don't forget anything. We'll have a look at the new content of how oxygen levels increased. You'll have some time to embed the new content before it's your chance to have a go and develop your understanding with some practice work. What you're going to need is a mini whiteboard or a pen and some paper, possibly some revision cards for the retrieval practice, an exercise book or a notepad to write down the new content, a mini whiteboard, pen and paper, or someone who can quiz you for the embedding, and an exercise book or notepad again for the practice work. Pause the video and get yourself organised. Let's start with some retrieval practice. First retrieval slide, pause the video and answer the question on some paper or a mini whiteboard. Here are the answers. Any that you couldn't answer or weren't sure about, you should write down on revision cards or in a notebook so you can go back over them later. Pause the video and do that now. Second retrieval slide, pause the video and give these questions a go. Here are the answers. Make sure you pause and write down any that you weren't sure about. Final retrieval slide to help you remember what was covered in the previous lesson. Pause and have a go. Again, here are the answers. Pause and write down the ones you struggled with. Onto the new content. You'll need an exercise book or notepad so you can write down the questions and answers as they appear on the screen. You'll need these for the embedding part of the lesson later on. Pause and get yourself organised. The big question about how oxygen levels increased is what produced the oxygen that is now in the atmosphere? That was photosynthesis by algae and plants. What is the word equation for photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide plus water produces, using light energy, glucose plus oxygen. What is the symbol equation for photosynthesis? 6CO2 plus 6H2O produces C6H12O6 plus 6O2. When did the algae first produce oxygen? It was approximately 2.7 billion years ago. And what happened over the next billion years? Plants evolved and the percentage of oxygen gradually increased to a level that enabled animals to evolve. Now it's your chance to embed those key concepts. You can use the look, cover, write, check method, or get someone to ask you the questions and you can tell them the answers. Pause the video and do this now. Now it's time for you to practice using the concepts we've covered in today's lesson. Pause the video and open your exercise book or notepad. Here are 4 questions to get you to apply the concepts you know. Pause the video and give them a go. Here are the answers to the first 3 questions. Pause the video and check your answers. Here's the answer to the final question. Pause the video and check your work. That's all for this lesson. Make sure you go back over all the concepts from this lesson, including the retrieval practice, in order to develop your long-term memory. And I will see you next time.